According to latest data from Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, revenue generated from culture tourism has grown by an outstanding 25% annually. In 2022 alone, the sector accounted for a staggering $1.2 billion, making it one of the fastest growing segments in the country's tourism industry. Over the years, culture tourism in Uganda has experienced an impressive growth trajectory, outpacing expectations and capturing the interest of both domestic and international travelers, playing a significant role in driving Uganda's economic growth. In 2022, it contributed a staggering 9% to the country's GDP, marking an increase of 2% from 2021. This upward trend is indicative of the sector's expanding influence on the overall economy. According to the European Union delegation in Uganda, indicated as they are working on boosting Uganda's tourism industry through revamping museums. So far, they have started with a railway museum in Jinja.
One example is the Railway Museum in Jinja. And we think that cultural heritage is important for any country. It creates a sort of an identity and a cohesion that is important for the development of the country. So we do, for sure, that the European Union is supporting many development projects like infrastructure, roads and things. But we also think that these sort of intangible things like cultural heritage is important for Uganda when it now, as it develops on its developmental path.
First, we have been supporting the first ever railway museum in Jinja. The Railway Museum traces back the history of railway in East Africa and Uganda, and the contribution the railway has had to the country's development, to its economy, to its history. It's seen as part of cultural heritage, of course a remembrance of the past, but also a legacy for the future generations to understand the history of the country.
The number of international tourists visiting Uganda for culture experiences have witnessed a remarkable surge. In the last 3 years, international arrivals for culture tourism grew by an astounding 30%, with over 800,000 visitors. These figures highlight the increasing appeal of Uganda's rich cultural heritage to global travelers, yet Ugandans are still lagging behind, which calls for more involvement to boost the sector.
Set out to think how best can we promote heritage in Uganda. As we were doing our research, we established that there were some few people who were selflessly contributing to the safeguarding of cultural heritage, but they were not being recognized. We've heard about international awards and recognition, but what about our own? What about in Uganda? What if we recognized our own?
We need to tell people that Uganda is the pearl of Africa, that Uganda is a country full of nature. Uganda is a country that has the most friendly people in the whole world, a country with diverse cultures, a country where 51, the biggest number of mountain gorillas, comes from, the country where the only Baha'i temple, I believe you guys know why we have the only Baha'i temple on the African continent, here in Uganda. There was a system. We need to understand why we are the source of the longest river in the whole world. We need to talk about all these so that we tell even the people who are living now, the young kids, for preservation of our culture, heritage, for the conservation of nature, for now and for future generations.
And we hope and appreciate that even the government of Uganda can pick it up from where we are and even magnify it and make it bigger and better, to recognize and appreciate the efforts of our own people and what they are doing to safeguard our heritage.
Culture tourism has evolved into a powerful job creation engine, providing new opportunities and lives for local communities. Over 200,000 Ugandans are currently employed in the sector, indicating a 15% increase in employment over the last 5 years. This employment development not only improves individual well-being, but also strengthens the nation's broader socio-economic fabric. Naomi Mtumba, SMART24 TV, Business Today.